today we are going to start with the topic pharynx. Pharynx, what is pharynx? Pharynx is a muscular tube which is situated behind the nose, behind the oral cavity and behind the larynx. Behind larynx. So accordingly it is divided into three parts. The part which is situated behind the nose, it is known as nasopharynx. The part which is situated behind the oral cavity, it is known as oropharynx. And the part which is situated behind the larynx, it is known as laryngopharynx. Three parts are there. This pharynx is a part of the upper respiratory tract. It is a part of upper respiratory tract. Now, अगर हम देखें तो इसकी डायमेंशन अगर हम देखें, कितनी डायमेंशन होती है इसकी? It is approximately 12 to 14 centimeters. This is very important question. 12 to 14 centimeters long. Now, इसका जो सबसे ऊपर वाला part है, it is the widest part. और इसका जो सबसे नीचे वाला part है, the lower part where it communicates with the esophagus, that is the very narrowest part except for the vermiform appendix. And the middle part is neither it is very broad and nor it is very narrow. ठीक है? So basically upper part is very broad and the lower part is the narrowest part. Right? So अगर हम इस पूरे pharynx का extent देखें तो कहाँ लाई करेंगे इसके relation देखेंगे तो superiorly it is bounded by the lower part of the body of the sphenoid bone, the basic occiput and the anterior arch of the atlas bone. Superiorly and posteriorly it is bounded by the lower part of the body of the sphenoid bone. This is sphenoid bone, this is sphenoidal ear sinuses. So this is the lower part of the body of the sphenoid bone. This is basic occiput and this is anterior arch of the atlas. Okay? Inferiorly it lies up to the lower border of the cricoid cartilage or the lower border of C6. Lower border of C6. Okay? Posteriorly it is related with it lies over the prevertebral fascia. The fascia which is situated anterior to the vertebral column, that is prevertebral fascia. So it lies over that fascia, that is known as prevertebral fascia, and anteriorly it communicates with the nose, with the oral cavity and with the larynx. Okay. Now on either side it is attached to the मैंने एक आपको प्लेट बताई थी मीडियल टिरिगॉइड प्लेट. आपके पीछे दो प्लेट होती है, मीडियल टिरिगॉइड प्लेट है, लैटरल टिरिगॉइड प्लेट. ठीक है, इस तरीके से होती है. तो ये वाली होती है वो मीडियल टिरिगॉइड प्लेट. तो ऑन ईदर साइड इट इज अटैच्ड टू द मीडियल टिरिगॉइड प्लेट. देन नीचे आएंगे तो मैंडिबल, टंग, फिर यहाँ पर कौन सी बोल है हाइड, और नीचे आएंगे तो थायराइड, कार्टिलेज. तो दोनों साइड्स पे अगर हम ऊपर से नीचे आएंगे तो किससे अटैच है? by medial pterygoid plate, by mandible, tongue, hard bone and then thyroid cartilage. ठीक है? So one ये इस पे extend है ऊपर, नीचे, आगे और पीछे. इसकी क्या boundaries है वो देखते हैं. अब one by one हम एक एक part को discuss करेंगे. सबसे पहले हमारा nasopharynx है. The part which is situated behind the nose is known as nasopharynx, and the junction of this nasal cavity and this nasopharynx is known as the posterior nasal aperture or the guana or guana. So it lies basically behind nose, and if we see the extent of this nasopharynx, it lies between the base of the skull and the soft palate. Base of the skull and soft palate. Communications, if we see, it communicates anteriorly with the nose, inferiorly it communicates with the oropharynx via this narrow junction that is known as pharyngeal isthmus. Right? Now if we see the relations of this nasopharynx, so nasopharynx anteriorly again it is related with the nasal cavity, posteriorly it is related with the anterior arch of the atlas bone, that is the first cervical vertebra, superiorly it is related with the base of the sphenoid bone and the basic occiput, and inferiorly it is bounded by soft palate. Okay? And on the lateral wall there are very basic features, very important features are there. First of all, you can see this opening over here on the lateral wall. This opening is known as the tubal opening. This is tubal opening. This is the opening of the medial end of elevation, tubal elevation. And lying under the mucosa of this tubal elevation, there is an aggregation of the lymphoid tissue which is known as the tubal tonsil. Tubal tonsil, which are two in number, one on the right side and one on the left side. Above the tubal elevation, there is a hidden space. You can see here, over here. This hidden space is known as the pharyngeal recess. Pharyngeal recess. So as it is a hidden space, any malignancy over here, it remains unnoticed. So that is why this pharyngeal recess is also known as the graveyard of the nasopharynx, and its another name is fossa of Rosenmuller. Fossa of Rosenmuller. Now under the roof and on the posterior wall of this nasopharynx, there is another aggregation of the lymphoid tissue which is known as nasopharyngeal tonsil. Nasopharyngeal tonsil. These tonsils are prominent in the children. ठीक है, बच्चों में ये ज़्यादा prominent होती है. Puberty जैसे आती है उस समय ये retrogress कर जाती है, और इसीलिए अगर बच्चों में ये nasopharyngeal tonsils का अगर hypertrophy हो जाता है या enlargement हो जाता है, enlargement of these nasopharyngeal tonsils or the hypertrophy of these nasopharyngeal tonsils results in the obstruction of this posterior nasal aperture. तो बच्चे को क्या होगा, सांस लेने में दिक्कत होगी. अगर उसको सांस लेने में दिक्कत होगी तो बच्चा सांस नाक से ले लेगा तो कहाँ से लेगा, मुंह से लेगा. In that case the child will become a mouth breather. Okay, and if the child becomes a mouth breather, then what happens? It will result in the elevation of the soft palate. ठीक है, elevation of the front portion of the teeth, anterior portion of the teeth, and the pinching of the nose, and that specific feature of that child is known as the adenoid facies. And the hypertrophy of these nasopharyngeal tonsils is known as adenoids. That particular condition is known as adenoids. Okay, so this is all about the nasopharynx, and in context with this tubal opening, there are two arches which are going from tubal elevation to the soft palate, one anteriorly and one posteriorly. The anterior one is known as, it is going from tube to soft palate, so it is known as salpingo-palatine fold. And the posterior one is coming from salpinx to the pharynx, so it is known as salpingo-pharyngeal fold. These salpingo-palatine fold and salpingo-pharyngeal fold results in the opening and the closing of the eustachian tube. Right? So this is about the nasopharynx. Now come to the oropharynx. Oropharynx extends from soft palate to the upper border of the epiglottis. Anteriorly it is bounded. Anteriorly communicates with the oral cavity at the oropharyngeal junction. Posteriorly there lies C2 and C3 vertebra. Superiorly it communicates with the nasopharynx to the pharyngeal isthmus, and inferiorly it communicates with the laryngopharynx. Okay, and on the lateral wall of this oropharynx, lies this tonsillar fossa. This is the tonsillar fossa. You can see on the lateral wall of the oropharynx, bounded anteriorly by this arch, which is known as palatoglossal arch. Palatoglossal arch, and posteriorly this fossa is bounded by palatopharyngeal arch. In between these two arches lies which fossa? Tonsillar fossa. In this tonsillar fossa there is another aggregation of the lymphoid tissue there, which is known as palatine tonsils. Palatine tonsils, or simply it is called as tonsils. Simply it is called as tonsils. So how many palatine tonsils are there? Two. One on the right side, one on the left side. Right? Now behind the dorsum of the tongue and between the epiglottis over here at this point in the oropharynx, there is another tonsil is there. There is another aggregation of the lymphoid tissue which is known as lingual tonsils. It is only one in number. Okay? So if we see starting from above and going to the down, first on the above there is nasopharyngeal provide immunity against infections over here, right? So this is the tonsillar fossa. Now the laryngopharynx, the part which is situated behind the larynx, it is known as laryngopharynx. It extends from the upper border of the epiglottis to the lower border of the cricoid cartilage. Anteriorly it communicates with the inlet of the larynx. Posteriorly it communicates with C4, C5 and C6 vertebra. Superiorly it communicates with the oropharynx and inferiorly it communicates with the esophagus. And on the lateral wall of this laryngopharynx there lies the fossa which is known as pharyngeal fossa, which is also known as the smuggler's fossa, because precious stones or the jewelries are actually the smugglers used to hide over there. That is known as smuggler's fossa, right? So this is about nasopharynx, oropharynx and larynx. ठीक है, यहाँ पर जो epithelium होगी nasopharynx में ciliated होगी, यहाँ पर इन दोनों में oropharynx में और laryngopharynx में जो epithelium होगी वो stratified squamous non-parenchymal epithelium. And functionally you all know nasopharynx allows only passage of air, oropharynx allows the passage of indirect air, and laryngopharynx allows the passage of food and air, right? और एक बात और है, हमने टंग और एपिग्लॉटिस के बीच में आपने फोल्ड देख रहे हैं, इसका नाम क्या है? मीडियल ग्लॉसोएपिग्लॉटिक फोल्ड. Three folds are there. What is medial epiglottic fold, and on the lateral side that is lateral glossoepiglottic fold. Between these folds there is one portion which is known as vallicula. That is vallicula. Any malignancy or any infection over here also remains unnoticed. So that is why it is also known as the graveyard of the oropharynx. Right? So this is all about the pharynx.